Warface. This game that came out with Crytek, or by the developers of Crytek, and that's the only notable thing about it. Yeah, it is really that bad. It's kind of annoying to say the least. But you know, I had originally done a review of this game when it first came out and everything, and the developers hit it with a fucking immediate copy strike. The initial review was incredibly negative. So if this video disappears, well, that's simply because, you know, okay, close the game. It's simply because they decided to hit it with another copy strike, because this review is going to also be incredibly negative. Starting real simple, obviously not much improvement was made upon this game. The cosmetics, and I'm going to go to the store right now, see if it'll pull that up. Yeah, I'm not paying $59 for a fucking gun skin, okay? You know, I'm not paying $10 for any, I'm not paying money for any of this shit. You know, and, you know, you get stuff that they'll give you for free, and then it, you know, it needs to be, it runs out, you know, no longer available. Well, why is it in my inventory? Can I get rid of it in my inventory? No, it's going to sit there and remind me. You know, you got other weapons, like you might use this as your mainstay or something. Well, guess what? Now you have to repair it. You have to use materials. The weapons, they did improve that. So now your recoil does not go all over the place. It actually has a recoil that makes a little bit of sense. It's a shame because the gunplay as it is now is really good. A lot better than what it used to be. But, you know, the movement is still clunky. You know, little moments like that where it's just like, you know, this is my character's jump. You know, you expect me to platform when my character can't even jump as high as I can. You know, I'm not an agile guy. I'm a very strong guy. You know, I have great endurance, but I'm not very agile. I can't jump very high. These characters jump less high than a fucking 5-year-old, to say the least. You know, balancing is fine and everything, but, you know, I can't even jump this distance to that distance. Like, I would easily be able to make that in real life. You know, slide is also clunky. It looks smooth, but, you know, when you try to turn towards an enemy or something, there's a little lag on the turn that makes it impossible to shoot them. Yeah, so the movement needs work. The guns, they did fix the guns. The guns are actually usable now. Yeah, it's really hard to actually find anything positive to say about this game. The gun details look like they could have fit on the PS3, but they're not out, and they're not absurd for the PS4 by any means. Animations are okay. They're not the greatest. You know, I don't know why this guy keeps hitting, you know, the safety release on his rifle there, but I guarantee you that's not the charging handle. You know, oh hey, the option for a scope apparently. Okay, that's about it. Seriously, this is the sum of the game. Now, matchmaking is fucking awful. You're not gonna find people. You can't even play. You know, you can play the missions that are mediocre. Enemies will sit in mountain and are incredibly cheap. All they do is shoot rockets at you and hide in, you know, some spot where you can't even fucking see them. You know, your teammates can't communicate with you. You can't talk to anybody. You can't do any of these bare basic things of a game. The versus menu no longer works. So if you wanted to hop into some player versus player Well, guess what? That's gone now. This game ran for a total of 10 months. You know, I know some of you guys remember actually seeing the video that I did 2 years ago. Well, they released this game, then they unreleased this game. They did some work on it. They had an open beta, and then they released the game again 10 months ago. Well, almost 10 months ago. This game's going to end on February 6th, I believe they announced, or 1st or 6th, or something like that, where you can no longer play this game. The game will no longer be available in the store. The game will be gone. They're trying their damn hardest to forget this game even existed. I quite frankly, I don't blame them, because this is not a good game. It's not even an okay game. It's very mediocre. The map designs are terrible. Like, honestly, if you're gonna, you know, if you can't design maps, you're gonna have lazy maps. Don't steal them from mobile games, is my advice. Steal them from, you know, well-known developers. You know, steal Nuketown or something. Don't steal a trailer park from, you know, a prop hunt game. It's not going to translate well to a first-person shooter, especially when it's a 3D prop hunt. You know, I wish I could even show you those maps, but, you know, they're trying their damn hardest to bury this game, so they're also trying really hard to bury just how fucking terrible it is. I struggle to find anything really positive. The missions are boring and dull. The player versus player, I played that, and pretty much if you sat your ass in a corner with an LMG, you dominated. Period. There was no getting you out of that corner. There's no mount explosives, no nothing. Spawn points were fixed, so you'd spawn in the same spot every single time on the map. So if you were getting trapped in spawn, you were done for. There's no kill streaks. There's no reward for going on massive streaks. The only success of going on massive streaks is that you don't have to traverse a giant huge map that's kind of a pain in the ass and is not very fun or interesting to begin with. You know, as far as weapon variety goes, there's not a lot. There's nothing, actually, because every weapon that you have to get, it's a cash grab. You have to spend money to get any kind of weapon. You know, it's hilarious, to say the least, that they really thought that players were going to go for a system where they have an inventory and they have no weapons. Like, just nothing. Seriously, weapons are not easy to unlock. Weapons are not easy to get. Money is not easy to get. Going to the store and everything is, you know, if you want to buy weapons or whatnot, you need to get these K dollars, and to get the K dollars you need to pay money. Yeah, you need to buy these credits. Okay, you can't use your cash dollars to get any decent weapons. They really thought this system, or this idea of loot boxes and bullshit, was really gonna work for anybody. Now, as far as other things go, as far as like, well, actually, there's nothing else to talk about, because that's all there is in the game. You know, I didn't play this game very much either, because there was not very much to play. You know, and even attachments are things that you have to get through the store. Which it's like, or they give you challenges that you would have to basically work this as a job to even unlock. Yeah, it's, the menus are fucking awful too. There's so many menus, and it's not easy to scroll through any of these menus. It's actually quite confusing. It's like they took the Call of Duty menu and they thought, hey, this is kind of cool, this works. Let's take that menu and combine it with the fucking Destiny menu for no apparent reason. And so now you get this weird menu where it's an amalgamation of two good menus, because Destiny and Destiny 2 actually have a pretty good menu overall, and Call of Duty has a really good menu. They somehow took two good menus, combined them both, and got dog shit. This game has nothing really positive going for it. You know, there is no amazing cosmetic features. You know, everything they go for as far as looks and stuff, you can see it's just a lazy reskin of things. They change very little. There's no real customization either, so you know, you can just throw any of that out the window. You know, they obviously tried their damn hardest to make it so that you would have to spend money at some point, like repair a weapon. You know, yeah, you can repair it with money, but you get a rare weapon like this, like you can't even access this weapon either. But if you get a really, really rare weapon, it costs more. You want to use your rare weapons because they're better, of course. You know, like this one's rare, this one's uncommon, this one's very common. And you know, the M16A2 is LMG. Not really a gun anybody's heard of. You know, the M4A1 is very generic. That's why they give it to you as a base weapon. You know, Remington Model 870 is a very basic, generic shotgun. I don't know why that shotgun's so big on that character either, by the way. I mean, the Kel-Tec's normal sized. So, you know, obviously they don't really know their weapons other from what they've seen in other video games. You know, they have bare basic weapons, essentially. Oh, and as far as creating a class goes, too, by the way, yeah, good luck with that. I can't equip a shotgun to this guy. You know, I can't equip a sniper rifle to this guy. I can't, you know, there's no perks, there's only equipment. So, you know, there's your special 2, your claymore, slot 1, slot 2, frag. It's kind of like they took Rainbow Six, and then they took Call of Duty, and then they took CSGO, and they put them all together in a class setup that does not work, that is not interesting, and is unfun, that locks you into very limited play styles. And it's just like, you know, they didn't try hard to be different. That's not what it is. They tried so hard to take little bits and pieces from other things and throw them together, and they don't even understand why those things do not work well together. They don't understand the game mechanics of the things that they are trying to rip off, and it's very clear and very evident that these developers need to go back to the fucking drawing board, stick with their own fucking games, and quit trying to rip off other games, because they're awful at it, you know. And as far as Crytek goes, you know, since we're talking about, you know, the Crytek developers, right? Yeah, Crytek 1 was really good. Crytek 2 was and Crytek 3 was fucking mediocre. You know, actually, I can't think of any person that I've ever met that's even liked Crytek 3. If there's any games beyond Crytek 3, I really hope there isn't. You guys should actually probably quit, get rid of your developer, and go work for another company, and maybe learn something from them first, and then come back and try to make your own game with your own company. Not really impressed. There's nothing good to say. Actually, there's nothing good to say about developer. I can pretty much sum up their whole career in about 40 minutes. So that's Warface for you. That's where it's at. That's what happened to it. It'll be gone in February, and hopefully nobody will remember it. You know, the other notes to say is it's probably the worst insult you can give to a developer is that their game is boring. Because if your game is boring, there's nothing worthwhile saving. This game is boring. This game is the wet firecracker of unoriginality, lit by the very, very dim light of poor execution that explodes into the brilliance of a dull color of incompetence and stupidity. This is like when you go to that fireworks stand and you know, pay $2.50 for those little tiny fireworks, and it's just like you light one and it's just like, oh, okay, gray smoke. I could have gotten the same result from ping pong balls and you know, cooking oil. You know, like at least have the originality to give off some green smoke or something. I don't know. You know, try something different. You know, whatever this is, Chief, this ain't it. So that's what I think about this game, and they're probably gonna you know, fucking sit there and copy strike it again and everything, because they don't like my overwhelming negative reviews of most of their products.